Welcome to the program once more. Our sign language interpreter at the bottom end of your screen is Joyce Warimu. Now we begin internationally, where Kenya has been thrown smack deep into the center of the United States-Iran conflict a day after U.S. killed a top Iranian general. Qasem Soleimani, head of the Iran's elite Revolutionary Guard Corps Quds Force, was killed in a pre-dawn U.S. air raid at Baghdad's international airport on Friday. Kenneth Kazungu starts our coverage this evening.
Major General Qasem Soleimani, who led powerful Quds force of the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, was killed along with several officials from Iraqi militias backed by Tehran. The drone killing of Soleimani, ordered by US President Donald Trump, might have seemed as another story in a distant country.
Last night, at my direction, the United States military successfully executed a flawless precision strike that killed the #1 terrorist anywhere in the world, Qasem Soleimani.
However, Kenya finds itself smack in the middle of the conflict after US Vice President Mike Pence accused the slain general of having orchestrated an attack on Kenya in the year 2011. In a tweet, Pence accused the general of having directed Iran Revolutionary Guards Corps Quds Force to carry out terrorist plots to bomb innocent civilians in Turkey and Kenya in 2011. Among others, Pence accused Soleimani of providing missiles and other advanced weapons to terrorists throughout the Middle East, including Lebanese Hezbollah, Kataib Hezbollah, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, the Hamas, and the Taliban, who used the weapons to target and kill innocents. Soleimani was also alleged of plotting imminent attacks on American diplomats and military personnel.
Qasem Soleimani has been killed, and his bloody rampage is now forever gone. He was plotting attacks against Americans, but now we've ensured that his atrocities have been stopped for good. They are stopped for good.
The world is a safer place today because Soleimani is gone, Mike Pence observed. The dragging of Kenya into the conflict has put citizens on the edge after Iran swore to revenge for the killing. In a tweet, President Hassan Rouhani said the great nation of Iran will take revenge for this heinous crime. End of quote. Kenyan authorities have not commented on Mike Pence's claim about the alleged Soleimani involvement in terror activities in Kenya. Kenya has suffered several terror attacks in the past. None of the attacks, however, have been officially attributed to Iran. Early attacks were attributed to the Al-Qaeda, but presently the attacks are said to be the work of the offshoot of Al-Qaeda in East Africa, popularly known as Al-Shabaab.
It is a story that we're keeping an eye on and will duly inform you in our subsequent bulletin. Now let's come back to the country, and rather on a sad note, 3 people were killed after a bus rammed a saloon car at Kamunye, where the saloon car and 2 other passengers in the vehicle died in early morning crash. 2 victims died on the spot and another died in the hospital while receiving treatment. Siaya Police Commander Francis Kohli said a 4th passenger sustained head injuries and was taken home to Ground Hospital. The police said all the 46 passengers who were traveling in the bus escaped unhurt. Now to the world of politics, where a section of Kenyans have slammed the pioneers of the Building Bridges Initiative report, BBI, for failure of taking in concern of their concerns 1 month since it was launched at the Bomas of Kenya. According to them, a BBI report is not only meant to enrich the few individuals and not common mwananchi who is facing hard economic times in the country. Jeff Khaemba with more details on that story.
At the Bomas of Kenya, Nairobi, pomp and color will be evident at the event during the launch of the BBI report on the 27th of November last year. In the event presided over by President Uhuru Kenyatta and the opposition chief Raila Odinga, Kenyans were so optimistic of receiving the BBI report.
Mambo na BBI, hata sijui inatokea wapi, inaanzia wapi. Juu hata mimi mwenyewe nasikianga tu BBI.
BBI report naisikia, lakini sijaifahamu maana BBI. Tunadhani tunatarajia mema.
According to the Kenyans, the BBI document has been read by the political class only.
Juu hata hiyo BBI ikikuja kwako watu ukiamua, haitakuwa vile wewe umeamua. Itakuwa tu mambo yao wakiamua vile itakuwa ndio itakuwa. Wewe utakuwa na usemi, hata wakileta kwa raia. Kuna usemi hapo. Sasa BBI hata ikulishi. Hata nikisema nishughulike na BBI nitakula nini? Unaona? BBI hata nikipitisha itanisaidia.
Hii BBI inasaidia hao wakubwa wenyewe ndio wanafaidika kwa hiyo BBI, kwa sababu venye nimesikia hata kwa news hivyo siona wakiongelea mkulima mdogo hivyo kama mimi. Okay, nasikia kwa marafiki pia kwa radio, lakini sijafuatilia maana BBI sana.
President Uhuru Kenyatta, upon the launch of the report, hinted that the copies will be made available to the Kenyans. But 1 month down the line, no copies has been made available to the public.
Kenyans are really anticipating for a referendum question. Yeah, forget about the nitty-gritties of the report.
Caleb Amisi, the supporting member of parliament, says it's upon the political class to enlighten the public about the contents of the report.
You can imagine somebody living somewhere down there in Samburu, herding his cattle, is not really able to get access to the document.
The members of the parliament say printing copies for the members of the public by the use of the CDF money is so expensive.
I have original documents and I've photocopied from my own resources. I've supplied to enough members of my constituents.
Wale ambao wameweza kupata ripoti hii ya BBI ni wale ambao wako na smartphone.
The task force that came up with the BBI report should move with speed to avail hard copies.
Despite President Uhuru Kenyatta and the opposition chief Raila Odinga extending the term limit for the BBI team, at least to collect more views from the Kenyans, majority of the Kenyans are yet to receive the document for the BBI, at least to read and understand before making their informed decision. Reporting for Ebru TV, I'm Jeff Khaemba.
Now, away from the BBI debacle, the government will on Saturday start aerial spraying to contain locusts in the affected areas in the northern part of the country. Speaking during an address on Saturday, government spokesperson Colonel Saisoguna said 3,000 litres of the chemicals have so far been dispersed to the affected counties in the activity.
This is the picture of Wajir County and its environs, where a swarm of locusts taking the center stage in the northern part of Kenya. The locusts are said to have migrated from Somalia, have covered the entire vicinity, alarming the area leadership. The residents who rely on pastoralism are now worried about their livelihood as millions of the destructive pests threaten to wipe out vast grasslands. Some of their crops have been destroyed by the insects that move in swarms, continue to leave a trail of destruction in their wake. But now the government says that it is dealing with the locust decisively. Government spokesperson Cyrus Ogona said the government is working tirelessly to ensure the locust does not spread to other areas.
Njia ambazo tunazotumia wala sio biolojia, lakini njia za kisayansi. Na njia za kisayansi mojawapo ni kuweza kuwa na vifaa vya kuweza kuzuia kwamba nzige hao wasiweze kuenea sehemu ambazo hatungekubali kwamba ziende. Kwa mfano, kwamba nzige hao walitoka kwa nchi jirani. Sasa mipango na hasa nia yetu kama serikali ni kwamba tuweze kuzuia nzige hao wasienee katika maeneo mengine.
The chemicals that will be used to spray have been tested, registered and authorized for the control of locusts, hence not harmful if used according to the guidelines that have been issued.
Contain the locusts in those counties. Desert locusts are not a common occurrence in our country. The last time we had them cross from the neighboring countries is 2007. So normally, even when they cross, is just what is not contained in the neighboring countries like Somalia and Ethiopia. And normally what we have now is an innovation of what was in Somalia.
The locust invasion was first reported in Somalia, which then spread to northern Kenya.
Kwa zile mikakati tumeweka kama serikali na kuhakikisha kwamba tumepeana vifaa mwanzo vya kuweza kuzuia kwamba wanapoonekana waweze kuuawa mahali walipo. Lakini kisayansi ni kwamba hatuwezi kupuliza kile kifaa nyakati ambazo ndege hawa wanaruka.
Reporting for Ebru TV, I'm Kaindo Stefano.
Kind of Stefano, thank you for that report. Elsewhere, Nairobi City County Women Representative, that is Esther Passaris, has come under attack from a section of Kenyans for seeking medical services abroad by not using locally available facilities. However, the controversial and vocal legislator hit back at her antagonist, saying she took the decision to India after consulting about doctors in the country who deferred her abroad.
On that 1st December, the Nairobi County Women Rep, Esther Passaris, flew out of the country, ready to receive medical treatment at the Care Institute of Medical Sciences Hospital in India. The controversial women rep and media savvy had gone for a spiral surgery. However, tribulations landed on her when Kenyans questioned about their expenses being used to abroad. On her Twitter account, the vocal women rep posted pictures and a video of her recovery. She said, and I quote, "I flew to Ahmedabad, India on that 1st December and successfully had spinal surgery the following day at CIMS Hospital. I thank God for the gift of life, my family for their unconditional love, and everyone who whispered a word of prayer as I went in." End of the tweet. Kenyans online were torn in the middle over the women rep search for treatment in India, with some wishing her quick recovery, while others expressed disappointment of elected leaders using their hard-earned taxes to seek foreign treatment. Top among Kenyans who trolled Passaris is Irene N.M., who said, "Thank God for taxpayers who have made it possible for you guys to fly abroad for treatment, while they can't afford to have quality treatment at government hospitals in Kenya." At J. Tony replied back, saying, "Now this is what I call mediocrity. As Kenyans try to look for blood for their sick relatives and friends, leaders are posting photos of them getting treatment in India with our taxes. What was the need to import Cuban doctors without facilities? Stinging leaders." Also on the page is Enoch Cheruiyot, who hit back saying this is a Kenyan MP in the capital city of Nairobi, saying she went for treatment abroad because hospitals in the city lack facilities, qualified personnel, and ability to treat her. Poor Kenyans who can't afford abroad should die. That's what she's saying. However, majority of Kenyans praised the women rep. Top on the list was TV journalist Doreen Majala, Frank Mtetezi, former Kirinyaga gubernatorial candidate Martha Karua, former Kiambu Governor William Kafogo, and economist David D, among others. While defending herself, Passaris claimed to have sought medication abroad. After consultation from about 10 doctors in the country, she expressed regret that Kenyans were quick to blame her for seeking treatment abroad. She said, "Our problem is our ability to work as a team for the benefit of not just patients, but the country as a whole. We think pulling each other down is the solution. Carry your mantle and do your part. Kenya is ours to propel." She goes further saying, "Everything is not always about us and them. We are one nation striving for the best. That is why I invested in becoming a leader to bring change. How would compromising my health benefit the health of slum dwellers? My experiences helped shape our universal healthcare goals as a leader and as a citizen." This is not the first time the 55-year-old legislator has gone for surgery. In January 2019, Passaris successfully underwent 2 surgeries in Nairobi to deal with a recurrent back pain.
Over to Taita Taveta County, where as Kenyans welcome the new year 2020, Taita Taveta residents have welcomed the new year decade in fear of an outbreak of disease after all towns and streets are scattered with litter and with overflowing dustbins. Take a look. These are the scenes in Taita Taveta, where the streets are filled with litter that has left residents, businessmen and women, and passengers in shock. The residents have blamed Taita Taveta County government for not cleaning all towns and streets since 21st December 2019 until now, leading to stinking smell across all towns and streets.
Hata leo nimeshangaa sana, stage nimeipata ikiwa chafu sana. Haikufagiliwa kama vile ninavyofagiliwa usiku. Tauni yote kwa ufupi ni chafu. Matakataka yamesambaa kila mahali. Ni kama hakuna county government. Hatuna kwa ufupi.
Some of the dustbins are within Voi bus stage, some located within the markets, outside hotels, parking and streets, risking an outbreak of disease. Some of the traders have decided to pay cheap labor to unlock blocked sewage systems outside their shops.
Lakini sasa tunachangaa kumebadilika sana, maana sasa kutoka juice hakuna watu wa kupakia. Town yenyewe imechabuka. Sasa tuko na uchafu, hata makastoma wakuchi watapitia wapi? Kwenyewe kuna nunga vibaya. Sasa tunachangaa na huwa tunalipishwa, ile pesa inaenda wapi?
Hizi takataka zimekaa hapa kwa muda wa wiki mbili hivi zilizopita, na zimekuwa ni kama kero katika soko letu, na tumeishi pia kwa hali ya mtafaruku. Hatuelewi kaunti yetu inafanya kazi gani, na hoteli zote tunazotumia hapa kwa hiyo pipa letu zimekuwa na hatari nyingi. Hata magonjwa wakati wote yanaweza kaanza kutukamata sisi kama wanabiashara.
Already, some hotels and shop owners have claimed a low number of customers following the stinking smell experienced in all towns of Voi, Undanye, Mwatate and Taveta for 2 weeks now.
Lakini kuanzia mwezi wa 9 hakuna kufagilio mtaro. Mtaro unanuka. Tukiita watu wa health, watu wa municipal wanakuja wanaangalia na kuondoka.
Kuna hatari manake sasa afya ya wanadamu kama sisi wafanyabiashara maembe unakuta wengi hawezi nunua kwa sababu uchafu umezidi. Mazingira yamechafuka sana kila pahali, hata ukiangalia huku kote.
Ofisi zote mbili, county executive na county assembly, zimezidi na ufisadi na utumiaji mbaya wa rasilimali.
Sasa hatuelewi ni nini inaendelea. Maana sasa hata tukiuliza hata watu wakuuliza hakuna, wanatuambia wamefutwa kazi. Sasa hatuelewi ni nani yako kazini mwenye tunaweza kumlalamikia.
At the moment, Taita Taveta residents and traders have been forced to adopt the new year under this working condition until their cries are heard with the county government. Elsewhere, artists are known of taking central position to voice the concerns of their societies. And it is no different now with Kenyan artists now rising to the occasion to articulate issues that are concerned to their people. However, a major concern is whether the artists are engaged in an art, activism or politics.
Just about a month ago, a Nairobi-based artist King Kaka took to the social media and released a damning song that he called Wajinga Nyinyi, in which he railed against citizens for electing politicians who ended up stealing rather than leading.
Sisi ni vipofu na viziwi, na tunajua translator wetu alisha dedi. 2022 already, si mnajua nani ni prezi, si mnajua nyinyi voters ndio washenzi.
In the song, King Kaka, also known as Kennedy Ombima, dropped names of leaders whom he accused of having stolen from the electorate through poor governance.
That's why umepeleka mtoyo wako akasome majuu, while graduates wanashika placards kwa traffic. Mtu wa actuarial science anataka kujimada. It's so tragic. Na story ya NYS tulishasahau. Bairo moja alibuy 8,000. Bairo tunanunuanga mbao. Either sisi ndio wajinga ama akona marking scheme ya kao. Time will tell.
And now, controversial Kikuyu artist Muigai Wanjoroge has taken to the airwaves to rail at President Uhuru Kenyatta, who he accuses of seeing the country go to the drains as he watches. In a song titled Tokonia, meaning betrayers, the artist says that the president is surrounded by self-centered people who are not telling him the truth about how bad the economy is doing. Muigai tells Uhuru to stem divisions in his party or he will never know peace in his retirement. Njoroge supported Kenyatta in his 2 presidential campaigns. He cautions the president that King Ahab, who in biblical times disregarded counsel from a prophet of God, risked leaving the country in a bad state. The artist tells the president that his supporters on the ground are not happy because of the unemployment and the shutting down of businesses, which most people depended on. And he urges the president to abandon the BBI and handshake politics to address the disgruntled citizens. While the songs appear to be works of art, they border on activism and are laced with a tinge of 2022 politics. Muigai, for instance, has in the past expressed support for Deputy President William Ruto and has in another song asked President Kenyatta to honor his pledge of supporting him in 2022. Busara Naman for Ebru TV.
To Kisii County now, as a candidate who scored 400 marks in KCPE in Kisii County might not join a secondary school unless well-wishers step in and help foot the bill for her school fees. Take a look.
Zipporah Momanyi, a student who passed a Kenya Certificate of Primary Education exams, fears she might not join the school of her dream due to the lack of school fees.
Soma katika shule ya Greenlight na nilipata alama 400 katika mtihani wangu wa KCPE na nilifanya bidii sana ili nipate hiyo marks. Wazazi wangu hawajiwezi.
She was admitted to the Bunyore National School in Western region of the country, but her parents want her to repeat class 8 because they cannot afford the money to take her to school.
Niliitwa Bunyore Girls, lakini sasa wazazi wameshindwa kunilipia pesa. Wananiambia nirudie primary. Sasa sijui vile kutaenda. Kiwa mkubwa nataka nikae neurosurgeon. Nimepitia mengi wazazi wangu. Sijui kama ndoto yangu itatimizika kama wazazi wangu hawataweza kunilipia pesa za high school.
Her father, Wilfred Momanyi, said his intention to educate his daughter and her 3 siblings is dwindling after he developed illness and is not able to fend for his family.
Nimejaribu kadri ya uwezo wangu, sijafaulu. Nimeenda kwa marafiki wachache, mtu anakuambia kila mtu ashughulikie shida zake.
Her mother, that is Maureen Momanyi, could not stop herself from sobbing as she explained how she has been doing menial jobs to have the daughter complete class 8 after her dad fell ill 5 months ago.
Hata ananiuliza mami, ni kwa nini nakaa nyumbani, wengine wanasoma. Sikuwa naweza kumlipia. Juu ni mimi mama kutafutia watoto, mzee ndio huyu mgonjwa hana kazi. Na mimi sasa ndio huyu naongojea niitwe niende kufulia watu hata nguo nifanye kibarua. Nipata hata nyanya, mtu akinikopesha pesa kidogo niweke nyanya niuze ndio watoto wapate chakula kwa nyumba. Sasa maisha inanikalia ngumu.
The families say their efforts to get sponsorship from various agencies were turned down and are now appealing to well-wishers to come to their aid.
Samburu County now, where 5 years down the line, a family in Samburu is still searching for their loved one on where his mysterious disappearance still pains the family. It is reported that Francis Ekwam left his home to visit his son in Eldoret, but he never came back. Francis Ekwam left his home at Maralal town on June 6, 2014 to visit his son in Eldoret town, but he never reached his destination on that day.
hii mtu ni mtu bado iko ama namna gani? Sababu sasa ni miaka 5 vile iko. Hata ukiona mtu kwa sababu una mtu ya kupenda kucheza, unaona ndio huyu amekuja. Ukiona watoto unaonea huruma hawa wake, sababu wamejaribu kutafuta hata hawa anashindwa.
Since Francis Ekwam's mysterious disappearance, the family have desperately resorted to other means to find their loved one. Mr. Ekwam's son, Elias Ekwam, said the family's effort to trace his father did not bear any fruits for 3 days as his mobile phone was switched off.
Hakuna dalili. Kaenda hata kienyeji. Ulisa tutafanya nini? Asema hajakufa. Sasa hiyo roho ya kusema hajakufa wakimbilia mahali pengine. Tutafanya nini tupate? Ati ni vigumu apatikane. Lakini atakuja tu. Sasa atakuja namna gani?
A suspect was traced through SIM card and got arrested after the family reported the case at Maralal and Nakuru Central Police Station.
Tarehe 9 kuna mtu ambaye alichukua simu na akasema mzee alikuwa mlevi sana na ako confused. Na alianza kutuitisha pesa ili aweze kumsaidia. Tulianza kumtumia pesa kidogo kidogo tukifikiri tutasaidika, lakini ilifika mahali ikawa ngumu kabisa, akawa nazima simu. So baadaye tuliweza kuripoti kesi hiyo hapa Maralal. Mimi niliripoti hapa na my brother aliripoti kule Nakuru Central Police. Na baada ya muda simu ilipatikana.
However, despite the case being before Nakuru court from 2014 to 2016, the accused was set free as there was no sufficient evidence linking him to the crime he had been charged with, which diminished the hope of the family.
Na baadaye tulifahamishwa kwamba kesi ilitupiliwa mbali na tuliambiwa ni kwa sababu wale askari ambao walikuwa wanahusika walipigwa transfer. Kwa hivyo hakukuwa na watu hawakuweza kutoa evidence yao. Japokuwa wale wengine wote waliweza, my brother alitestify, wale wengine ambao walihusika waliweza kutoa their evidence. Sasa sisi kama familia tunaona kwamba hatukuweza kupata haki kwa sababu mpaka saizi hatujui mali ambapo mzee yuko.
Hapa Samburu tuko na shida. Hatuna makansela ambao wanaweza kutusaidia, kutupa mashauri katika hali kama hii ngumu sasa tunapitia.
Mr. Ekwam's sister, Modesta Loruto, says the family has been going through severe stress and hard time after her brother disappeared. Virginia Ekwam, the missing man's daughter, says lack of professional counselors in the county has made it difficult for her family to get help after their father went missing. Now let's dive into the world of sport, where we have a special feature for you this evening. The dream of every young child is to be a successful member of the society in future. And with that, it is also a fact that most talents never get the best support they need to keep flourishing. Tonight, our sports reporter Benjamin Mwaka narrates into depth the fast-rising Malkia striker attacker that is Sharon Chepchumba has swiftly grown from a school star to an international icon within a period of just a year.
Chumba, a product of Kibomet Primary School in Trans Nzoia County and an alumnus of Kondanze School, has just proven to many the impossible is possible. The 2017 National and East Africa School Games most valuable player has, in more than 4 times since making a national team debut in 2018, stood out to be the most outstanding player in the national team during the continental and global competitions. Since being voted the best player in the December 2018 Magharibi Awards, she has remained outstanding.
I really appreciate them. They are the first people wale walinipatia ile spirit ya you can be the best, just go for it.
After a successful high school career, the 21-year-old ruthless attacker joined Kenya Prisons before ditching them to join the Oilers Kenya Pipeline earlier last year. And on the eve of the Christmas last month, she decamped to the money-spending KCB on a 3-year deal. However, Chumba's strong mark in the national team started to pick stick during the 2018 World Championships.
TM was like, because tunapigwa tukiwa na senior team, let's try the juniors waingie tuone ni nini wanaweza fanya. Tulipigwa na 17, 25 and the senior team walikuwa wamepigwa na 5 na 7. Team manager akasema, you see, ukiwapatia chance they can do it better. That's when nili start kuonekana, at least I can play.
Her prowess continued during the March 2019 Africa Club Championships in Egypt when she backed the Best Attacker Award. Then, during the Africa Volleyball Cup of Nations in July, she staged a brilliant play against Cameroon in the finals. During the 2019 All-Africa Games in Morocco, her individual brilliance helped Kenya outdo Cameroon in the grand finale to secure gold.
Coach ako like, you have injury, wacha tupigwe lakini uponeshe injury hapo. Nikamwambia no coach, that can't happen. Niweke nicheze. Nilikuwa nikijump serve na get point. Nikipiga tena na get point. Yani hadi sasa tukacheza tukabeba hiyo set. Hapo sasa ndo tukabeba gold.
Chumba has revealed that it's the motivation and backing from senior Malkia strikers teammates and the technical bench that keeps her star shining, not to forget hard work and commitment in training.
Without them, hatungekuwa tunajua as in nini nitakana iendelee kwa hiyo field. They are the real legends in the game, so lazima tu tufuate kenye wanafanya. Nao pia lazima watu push juu pia hao wakitoka watataka kuona jina ya national team ikiendelea.
I've already signed with her. I will be a manager for the rest of our life in volleyball, and I hope that I will nurture and take her in different level. Her reach is very high. She has good jump. She has power on the arm to pass through the blocks of for any team. And I really wish that she could play professional so that she can come now with as a complete player.
After her brilliant exploits in the 2019 All-Africa Games, she attracted several European clubs but never committed pen to paper with any side.
Hizo deals zilikuja late. They wanted us to join immediately, which haikuwa fair na bado tulikuwa na hiyo World Cup. As long as uko tu na huyo God, everything will just flow. World Championship, it was a big achievement. And All African Games, hapo tukapata gold. Naelewa hiyo gold tu. Alafu nimeenda hiyo World Cup. Alafu nangoja hiyo Olympics sasa.
She will play for Kenya for a very long time. It's one player like late Doris Wefafwa, Dorcas Ndasaba. They have good talent. They have great talent. The only thing that we need to do is now to take her to another level, to give her a chance to go and play in abroad. And if possible, if they are playing in Kenya, they must have good contract because their value now is very good.
Chumba reveals that lack of modern indoor facilities and the outdoor KVF League and poor infrastructure still remain the biggest handle in the development of the sport in the country.
Sasa unajua tuko mixed up. Unacheza kwa mchanga, unakuja unaingia ndani, ujezoea kucheza hapo ndani. You can't compare Kenya with Japan. You can't compare Kenya with Italy. Because those people have facility. They are training using like unapata mtu anatumia robot. Robot ndio inakutrain. Ama unatrain kutumia machines. Kenya we don't have a machine. We are using our coaches. Na pia hao wanachoka.
When I was in Japan, they were really praising the way she's playing, the power that she has, and imagine we have not introduced her in strength training or weightlifting. What will happen if now we start with her in this program?
She, however, insists that the already popular debate about national teams funding has never been done with equity, despite their season success continentally.
Kama game ya AFCON, tulienda teams ngapi? Football and us. Sisi, we went to an hotel. I can't say it's bad, but okay, let's say it's good. And the footballers, hotel waliwekwa, you can't compare. And you can imagine they were paid with millions. And us, we even struggle to get that amount, which is hata uwezi taka kusema. And we fought mpaka to an extent tukakuwa number 2. The footballers walirudia wapi? Walikuja wakachukuliwa airport with, unaelewa? Sisi tukirudi, hakuna hata mtu alijua tumerudi. Tulipita tu chini ya waba hivi tu. Tumepita tu, hakuna mtu alijua tumerudi. Do you know, we have so many good players in clubs. But wakitwa national team, hiyo national team haina do. Wacha nichezee club yangu, najua inanipay monthly. It's hard. Lakini juu sisi unajua hii ni talent yako and maybe some days you want to motivate those young kids who are coming. Unajikeep, unasema, let me just do it because God amenipatia hii talent.
And despite the challenges, Chumba and her teammates have now shifted focus into the ongoing Africa Olympics qualifiers in Cameroon, with a Tokyo 2020 Olympics dream still very active.
Mtu tu akienda like World Cup, usikie umeenda Olympics. Hata wewe ukuwe na pesa ukose kukua nayo, but nimekanyaga tu hiyo Olympics. As in ukiqualify tu, it's a big achievement. Sisi ka players will just work hard because we don't want to be beaten with Cameroon again. And game iko kwao, it will be disaster.
Benjamin Mwaka, Ebru TV, Sports.
That special feature by Benjamin Mwaka concludes our bulletin this evening. My name is Abdiaziz, and a sign language interpreter at the bottom end of your screen has been the lovely Joyce Wairimu from the team that has made this production successful. We bid you good night and have a lovely weekend ahead.